I mean, you guys led the league in 5-on-5 goals, so obviously you can score 5-on-5, but they're so disciplined, and yet your power play only needs one or two to change a game. Just how does that, having that in your back pocket?
Well, I mean, special teams are huge this time of the year. I mean, at any time of the year, but especially in playoffs because it's so you're playing teams when you get down to it that are so committed to what they do on the defensive side of it. They've fine-tuned all the details, so it just gets harder and harder to create offense 5-on-5. So special teams, it's your one chance with an advantage to try to make something happen. And our team's been really disciplined, sort of working through issues of the power play and finding a way to, even if it isn't running perfectly, finding a way to stay dangerous and capitalize on some chances. And they've been playing really well here throughout the course of the playoffs. I mean, they need them to.
Val has shown through the course of this playoffs that maybe he's one of the best net front scorers in the league. I mean, we've seen it in the regular season. I'm curious how much work goes behind the scenes, the technique, understanding angles that goes into making that happen. It seems like it's more than just him being a big guy there.
Yeah, I'd say it's significant, no different than any other position on there. Like getting dialed in on exactly the detail of your opposition's penalty kill, how their D handle different situations, even how certain players handle different situations, where he might be able to move to be able to find rebounds. There's some predictability to it from our, umbrella and middleman. So he works in conjunction with those guys. And then on top of that, he's got great skill. He's got good finish. He's big, long, strong in there. So he's hard to get body position on, and he comes up with a lot of those loose pucks.
Zach previously described your game plan as a map that outlines the path to winning. And I wanted to know how you draw up that map, specifically over time, how you found maybe what works to make that path to winning easier to understand for your players.
Yeah, it's video, breaking down not only what helps make us good, but, what we can look for and expect from our opponent. And then it's going through their strengths and weaknesses and sort of grabbing the analytics and the data that supports that. And you look at both, and then I revisit both again, trying to, explain to our guys, different scenarios and what some of our options are when we're on the attack and what we have to be careful of when we're defending. And when they have a real clean and clear understanding of our opposition, then they know how they can best handle some situations and making sure that they're not getting frustrated. If Dallas is really good at one of them, then we have to find another way to try and exploit them. And I think over the years, it's like you try not to give them too much information, but you want it to be clear and that they have numbers. So they get a lot of numbers and a lot of information still, but we try to stress like certain points in each sort of aspect of our game and lay out that game plan as clear as we can.
Kiviranta shed the non-contact there, and then we saw Druin out there. Is Kiviranta a possibility tonight? And then with Druin, is he responding well to these first few days on the ice?
Yeah. So Kivi is an option for tonight. Hopefully, we'll see when we get back here this evening. Drew, he's made some really good progress here over the last few days. Getting stronger in the gym, feeling good with his rehab and what he's been able to sort of ramp up and do in off the ice. And then yesterday skating for the first time, and obviously joining the group today. That's a quick second step there. So things moving in the right direction with him, but still no timeline.
Yes. Not only you guys get the win in game one. I know, I'm sorry. Not only do you guys get the win in game one, but the way you do it, that's could be a big emotional boost. How do you balance trying to carry that momentum from game one while also, Ross was just telling me you guys fully reset and you kind of turn the page on that one?
Yeah, I mean, whenever, it's all about winning this time of year. There's aspects of our game I think we definitely have to be better at going into game two. We know that this is, we're going to see Dallas's best here tonight, right? Second game at home. They'll be much better. I'm confident that we can be better than what we were the other night. So that's our focus. You have to let like I like our guys feeling good about our game, even though it wasn't perfect. I think they got a clear understanding, like we would be better in certain areas, but they can feel good about it. They worked hard. They were highly competitive. They stuck with it. They were resilient. So, yeah, you still have to turn the page and let it go and go try and better that performance tonight, and that's all we usually focus on.
Any last questions?
Yeah. Jared, we had another coach fired today, 19 head coaches changes since the end of last season. And I just wondered, in terms of the fraternity, what your sense is of what you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't. It's crazy to me that there's that many in one calendar year. It's I don't know what it is. I think it's the parity in the league. You know, expectations of every team seem to be really high. Pressure gets put on the coaches to be able to get their teams to perform at the highest level, and I think it's tough to see when you see guys, you know, get let go and have to move and start job hunting, because it's like when you're talking about 18, 19 guys, it's like pushing 60% of the league let go in 1 year. You know, we've been fortunate with our ownership group and our management team to be really patient with our group. So obviously I'm appreciative of that. And I think you see certain teams around the league that have been able to sort of keep their staff and their coaches in place having success. So hopefully more teams do that here moving forward. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.